crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtoroot.com. We are still above $30. We are just hovering up there, creating a base. That's what I'm calling it, creating a base since last Friday. Can they slam it down to minus $40 like they did with oil? Absolutely, but they have a problem now. The physical demand for silver is massive coming out of India and China. And every time it drops below the base used to be $25, now it's $30. China is going to load up, India is going to load up. And we're not talking about 10 million ounces or 15 million ounces. We're talking about 100 million ounces a month. That's crazy. There's just not enough silver for all these games. And everybody should know it by now in the silver world. That is why silver is finally looking strong. Now, don't get me wrong. Silver is still 60% of its all-time high from 1980. Look at gold. It's over 300% of its all-time high from 1980. So much catch-up to do. So much catch-up to do. I'm looking at the gold-silver ratio. Currently, gold-silver ratio, I think it got under 80, which is 80 to 1 is just the most ridiculous thing ever. Let's see here. Gold-silver ratio is 77. Right now, it's 77. Oh, by the way, nobody's heard from Ted Butler. We need to find out what the hell's going on with Ted Butler. He hasn't posted in a couple weeks. I mean, he's, of all people, the one who should be out here celebrating with us. Don't know. If you guys know, write it in the chat room what's going on with Ted. Anyway, very exciting times for silver. As you can tell, we're way above the moving averages. This is the criminal bankers game. So some of these bankers are in deep shit right now and have not closed out, according to the last COT post. So they are keep loading up the shorts like they always do. We'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, has anybody looked at copper? Copper roars. Copper's going crazy. Look at the copper price over the past, let's just go from the 1980 highs. In 1980, copper hit $1.32. Now it's trading 4.5, 5 times that. It's like every commodity on the planet is trading 4.5 times, 5 times, 3 times its 1980 highs, except silver. And silver is the most important commodity in history since 1980. All the electronics that have been installed, and the solar panels, electric cars, we're electrifying everything with silver, and yet the price of silver is not allowed to go up. If you think you're too late for silver, think again. Silver's going to go absolutely nutso. All right, our friends at the U.S. Mint are still on allocation. Now, here's what I think is going on right now at the U.S. Mint. They have a problem. They have a hedge book, one of the biggest hedge books most likely, because they hedge all the silver that they buy and process into coins, and they're supposed to close that hedge out after they sell the coins. Well, we saw before, and I'll show you a chart here. This is my kind of homemade chart of what goes on at the U.S. Mint as far as hedging and how many silver coins produced in the calendar year and the fiscal year. Back in 2021, when the GameStop stuff was going on, Wall Street bets, and there was like a mini push towards silver. Silver got to almost $30, and Rustam Benham, the head of the CFTC, said we had to tamp it down. That year, they lost. The U.S. Mint lost $111 million. And that wouldn't be, I mean, it's huge, obviously, but it wouldn't be that outrageous had the price of silver gone up. That's why they put the hedges on. But it didn't. The price of silver went down over the year, down $3.23 over the year. So what was happening is the U.S. Mint put the hedges on, that means the shorts on, when they bought the silver, and they didn't close them out because they didn't want to add to the fuel to the fire in silver, so they had to take a $111 million hit. Completely illegal. That's market rigging. Especially because they say in their annual report every time, we put on a hedge when we buy the silver, we take it off when we sell. They did not do it that time. I think the same thing's going on at the U.S. Mint. and I think I've identified, again, they have a bank running their hedge book. It's a huge hedge book, huge responsibility. It used to be HSBC a long time ago. And then they stopped reporting who it was. They reported it was HSBC. They stopped reporting who it was. So when I see the biggest delivery schmo out there being HSBC, which means they were the biggest short and had to deliver contracts, I'm thinking HSBC customers right here. Look at all year long. All year long, it's HSBC, the biggest deliverer. It could be the U.S. Mint that's massively short. And we'll see it when they announce their earnings and the annual report comes out. It won't come out for another year, but when it comes out, we'll probably, no matter what silver does, we're going to see a huge loss at the U.S. Mint. The individuals over there are completely off the rails. They've gone rogue against the American people. They will not make silver eagles to meet demand. They won't close out their hedge book when they have to by law. They have completely gone rogue. They will. I'll tell you right now. Their plan was to make between 32 and 34 million ounces. That was in the budget. They didn't tell anybody. I just calculated it from the budget that they submitted, which was much bigger. So yeah. Here's what it says in the annual report. Each transaction with the trading partner. There's only one trading partner. The trading partner carries a small transaction fee. This is talking about hedging. They don't hedge any other metal. Remember, they have gold, platinum, palladium. They don't hedge any other metal but silver. Just silver. It's just phenomenal what these people think they can get away with legally. This is completely illegal. They have one mandate when it comes to silver eagles. Make enough eagles to meet demand, and they are not. So get your silver eagles while you can, is my take. Again, HSBC. Interesting, this month, HSBC, for the first time in the month, had to dip into its own stash of silver to cover some shorts. Remember, all deliveries of silver means the entity delivering had silver shorts that they were required to cover. And over half of them are from HSBC. All right. Theta is on a roll, as well it should be. Theta is going into the thousands of dollars. It's at $2.31. It is going into the thousands of dollars. Yes, we hit 15 and everyone's like, oh, it's going then. It didn't go. It got slapped down with all the other cryptos. Ultimately, in the end, it's going to the thousands of dollars. It's going to be the most prolific, most talked about, most obvious crypto on the planet. Bigger than Bitcoin. Bigger than Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, listen to the head of Franklin Templeton, CEO Jenny Johnson, when she's talking about Bitcoin being the greatest distraction of all time. Listen to this.
Some people say that one of the best opportunities now is cryptocurrencies, though crypto has had some problems. What do you tell people that say they want to be in cryptocurrencies? Do you offer the opportunity for people to invest in crypto through Franklin Templeton?
Yes, actually we do. So first of all, I always say that that Bitcoin is the greatest distraction from the greatest disruption that is happening in financial services today. So I wish, because every time everybody gets in a conversation about crypto, it leads into a conversation about whether this currency, whether it's Dogecoin or Bitcoin, is of value. Forget that. That's like a religion. You either get a believer or a non-believer, and they're never going to agree. But blockchain as a technology and what it can do is going to be hugely disruptive. So not only is it going to be disruptive on traditional back offices and just create much greater efficiency, but disruption on business models. And I'll give you a couple examples of that. Today you go on Google and they capture 100% of your value on your search via their ads. There's a company that has been set up, and when you use their search engine, they're actually paying you in cryptocurrency for some portion of your economic value.
That's the Brave browser right there, Brave browser.
There's another company that wants to be the fastest streaming service.
Here we go.
So when you're watching the content, so as I'm watching it on my, say, phone, I'm agreeing to let them cache their content on my phone. So now that you want to watch something, it only has to jump from my device to your device. And they're paying me in their currencies to leverage my device's infrastructure. So now I'm not just a client, I'm capturing the economic value as they grow as a firm. And by the way, I've become part of the infrastructure. They don't have to buy as many computers because they're leveraging their client's infrastructure. So the technology innate.
So that is the exact, well, it's kind of an introductory description of what Theta does. Now, she was talking about the video aspect, which is huge. Don't get me wrong. Much bigger, though, is the AI aspect of the cloud computing. It was announced a few days ago. Well, they didn't announce it. One of their partners announced that Theta is working with AWS, the Amazon Cloud Services, Amazon Web Services. That's the cloud and we already know they're working with Google Cloud. They said they're working with everybody because it is the future of the cloud, is decentralized with blockchain incentives. This is not some little fly-by-night cryptocurrency. This is the real deal. It's going to be unbelievable what Theta does, and T-Fuel. If you have a lot of T-Fuel, let's see when. In 37 days, you'll be able to be staking your T-Fuel like normally, and it's pretty easy to stake it. You can use somebody else's, or you can run it on your own computer. It's pretty easy to stake it, and you earn about 7% on your T-Fuel. With this new introduction of the AI Edge Cloud, it's the Edge Cloud where everybody shares part of their hard drive, you're going to earn an extra, if you have over 500 staked, I know it's a lot of money, but if you have over 500 staked, you're going to get an extra 50% return, which comes out to about 28%, or 25 to 28%. If it, is fully used. Nobody knows yet. Don't run out and buy massive amounts of computers because you have all this T-Fuel. But the reality is, you can't beat that return if it actually does work like that. And I think it will. Because, let's just look at the news today. Amazon changes cloud computing leadership as AI battle shakes up the industry. So that company I was just talking about, Amazon Web Services, they are going decentralized all the way. They can't buy a zillion computers for AI. It's a huge problem. Theta is I think the only solution, and the only company that these big monster companies are working with is Theta Labs. They've got all the patents. They got all the partnerships. And nobody knows about it. You do. If Road to Root followers know about it. A couple people. Franklin Templeton, a huge investment company, knows about it. At least the CEO does. But nobody's buying into it yet because they don't know how, and crypto's too complicated, and the U.S. won't allow Theta to be traded on Coinbase or Gemini or any of the U.S. exchanges. Why is that? It's too big. It's too big. So yeah, I'm excited about the elite booster nodes are the ones that are going to be paying out the extra kicker. So yeah, exciting times for Theta. Even if you have the Theta we give away on the private road, 5 Theta, 50 T-Fuel, 500 T-Drop. Hell, Theta goes to $1,000 a token. That's $5,000. I'm just saying, hang on. If you join the private Road to Ruta, hang on to your little your wallet with your loaded Theta family of tokens. All right, that's what I got for you. Other than the criminals over at JP Morgan are trying to take over crypto now. They have a JP Morgan coin that they're using completely in violation of the Reggie Middleton patent. Reggie's got his hands full with suing Coinbase. If he wins that case, everybody and their mother is going to be running to Reggie. My take is ultimately the U.S. government will come running to Reggie. They will release his 98 million Veritasium tokens and allow him to deal in cryptocurrencies. Again, right now he is banned. Do you know anybody else? Now, very few people have ever been banned from cryptocurrencies. Maybe some of the criminals. Reggie was never a criminal. Reggie invented a way to fix the system, fix the exchanges, peer-to-peer transactions, instead of the COMEX criminal rigging job. So looking forward to that. Get your Veritasium as well. Want to learn more? Go to roadtoruta.com. Click on subscribe today and get a 1-year private road membership. We are giving away currently a paper wallet loaded with 5 Theta, 50 T-Fuel, and 500 T-Drop. It's $299 for a year. Go check it out. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.